Hi, anime lovers. Welcome back to Blue Caps, the place where we chat all about the exciting world of anime and other cool recommendations. Today, we're diving into a genre that's often a guilty pleasure for many otakus, harem. Who doesn't love watching the main characters surrounded by a bunch of beautiful girls, or handsome guys, with all kinds of unique personalities? In this video, I've put together the top 10 best harem anime of all time that you absolutely have to watch. From action-packed stories and hilarious comedies to those that really tug at your heartstrings, it's all on this list. So get ready to feel nostalgic or maybe discover some new favorites to add to your watch list. Let's jump right into the list. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss our latest videos. Yamadakuan and the Seven Witches. If you like school anime with a mix of supernatural, comedy, and unique romance, Yamadakuan and the Seven Witches is definitely a must-add to your watch list. The story follows Ryo Yamada, a former delinquent who wants to start fresh at Suzaku High School. But instead of becoming a model student, he slips back into his old habits, slacking off, getting into fights, and being known as a troublemaker. Then one day, a small accident on the stairs with the smart student Urara Shiraishi changes everything. They accidentally kiss, and boom! They switch bodies.
元に戻る方法ならわかるわ。その回し蹴り、見覚えがあるぞ。白石さん、何してるんですか？大丈夫ですか？
It turns out their kiss triggered a mysterious power, kicking off a hilarious and exciting adventure with the Supernatural Studies Club. Alongside a bunch of quirky new friends, Yamada and Shiraishi begin investigating the legend of the Seven Witches at their school, 7 girls who each have unique powers activated by, you guessed it, a kiss. Each witch has a different ability, and their search is full of surprises, silly moments, and a little bit of romantic drama. Yamadakuan and the Seven Witches is a lighthearted, fun, and magical series that will keep you eagerly waiting for the next episode. Hagenai, I don't have many friends. Ever felt like it's super hard to make new friends? Well, you're not alone. In the anime Hagenai, we follow the story of Kodaka Hasegawa, a transfer student who wants to start fresh and find some friends. Unfortunately, because of his blonde hair and scary-looking face, he's immediately labeled a delinquent. A month passes, and he's still lonely. Then one day, Kodaka accidentally meets Yuzora Mikazuki, a sharp-tongued girl who also doesn't have any friends, and she's talking to her imaginary friend.
It's not.
Kodaka, follow me, please.
I don't.
The Neighbors Club.
He lives life by his very own set of rules and does whatever he wants to do.
For a reason, people think if you don't have a lot of friends, there's something wrong with you.
He wants to do it. He's brave yet feared. He takes what he wants.
That's how the Neighbors Club was born, a club for people who struggle to socialize. But don't get the wrong idea, this club is anything but ordinary. It's full of unique and hilarious characters, from Senna, the beautiful yet hardcore otaku, to other members who are just as quirky. Every episode is packed with funny interactions, awkward moments, and lessons about friendship that doesn't have to be perfect. Hagenai is perfect for anyone who loves school comedy anime with a heartfelt touch and characters you can really relate to. The Familiar of Zero. If you're into anime that mix magic, romantic comedy, and strong tsundere vibes, then The Familiar of Zero is definitely one you can't miss. This anime follows Louise, a noble witch who's famous not for her magical skills but for constantly failing to cast spells correctly. She's failed so often that her friends call her Louise the Zero. But her life takes a wild turn when a summoning ceremony turns into a huge explosion, and out of the smoke appears a guy from another world. That guy is Saito Haraga, an ordinary teenager from Japan who suddenly gets pulled into the magical world and becomes Louise's personal servant. At first, their relationship is like cats and dogs, lots of fights, drama, and of course, plenty of hilarious moments. But over time, they start to understand each other and embark on exciting adventures together, especially when a mysterious mark appears on Sato's hand, showing he's no ordinary familiar. The familiar of Zero has it all: action, magic, sweet yet emotional romance. It's perfect for anyone looking for a classic isekai vibe that keeps you hooked until the very end. Trinity VII. Imagine your world suddenly falls apart, the sun stops shining, and everyone around you disappears. That's the beginning of Trinity VII, where Arata Kasuga faces the destruction of his town and the disappearance of his cousin and childhood friend, Hijiri. But before everything completely vanishes, a magical grimoire saves Arata and rebuilds his world, though only temporarily. As this fake world begins to crumble, Lilith Asami, a cool witch, appears and gives him a choice: life or death, or a third option, to enroll in a secret magic school. And that's where Arata's adventure begins, at Royal Biblia Academy, where he meets the elite witches known as the Trinity VII. These girls aren't just powerful, they each have unique personalities that often leave Arata overwhelmed. Together, they learn magic, uncover the big mystery behind the world's destruction, and of course, fight to save Hijiri. Trinity VII delivers the perfect mix of action, magic, comedy, and a little bit of harem spice, making every episode exciting and full of surprises. Masamune no Revenge. Who says revenge can't be romantic, and hilarious too? In Masamune no Revenge, we follow Masamune Makabe's journey, a guy who was once brutally mocked for being overweight by a rich and beautiful girl named Akiata Gaki. Since then, Masamune has completely transformed himself through hard work, dieting, and training, turning into a handsome and confident guy. But it's not just his looks that have changed. Masamune has a secret mission: to make Aki fall in love with him, only to dump her as payback for the pain she caused him.
朝からあんな高カロリーなもん摂取できるかっつーの。
孫悟空に俺だけ劉備玄徳の最新刊を購入されたそうです。田辺昭夫はいるの？いないの？私のスパ
だからこそ全身全霊をかけて。
His plan sounds perfect, until he realizes Aki is still the same as before: cold, sharp-tongued, and known as the brutal princess. Masamune's attempts to get close to her are full of hilarious fails and awkward moments that will have you laughing out loud. But when a mysterious letter shows up mentioning his old nickname, things get even more complicated. Who sent it? And is Masamune really ready for his feelings to turn into something more than just revenge? Masamune no Revenge is a rom-com packed with drama, humor, and plot twists that keep you hooked from start to finish. The Quintessential Quintuplets. If you love love stories full of mystery, light comedy, and 5 beautiful heroines with totally different personalities, then The Quintessential Quintuplets is a must-watch for you. The story follows Futaro Yusuji, a genius but socially awkward high school student from a modest family. When he gets a chance to become a private tutor with an amazing paycheck, he jumps at the opportunity. But who would have thought that his students aren't just 1, but 5 identical quintuplet sisters, all of whom absolutely hate studying?
そんなことを考えるにはあまりに
やっぱ恋は攻めてこそよね。学園祭の前に
ずっとこのままの関係でいられたらと願ってる。だが
私の気持ちはずっと変わらないから。狩りされたくないんです。もう学園祭に来られないかもしれない。
What's even more challenging is that one of them, Itsuki, just had a recent clash with Futaro at school. From here begins Futaru's exciting, and sometimes tough, journey dealing with the 5 Nakano sisters: Ichika, the mature and mysterious one; Nino, tough but caring; Miku, the quiet history lover; Yatsuba, full of energy; and Itsuki, the stubborn one. The Quintessential Quintuplets isn't just about harem or romance, it's about growth, trust, and sweet moments that keep you guessing. Which one of the 5 sisters will win the tutor's heart in the end? Kenojo Okarimasu. Ever been heartbroken and totally lost on what to do next? Well, Kazuya Kinoshita, the 20-year-old college student and main character in the anime Kenojo Okarimasu, Rent a Girlfriend, knows exactly how that feels. After being suddenly dumped by his girlfriend Mami, Kazuya's world feels shattered. To heal his broken heart, he tries something a bit daring, renting a girlfriend through an online app. That's how he meets Chizuru Mizuhara, a beautiful girl with a sweet smile and a seemingly perfect personality. But it turns out, that's all just part of her job.
で落ち込む俺の前に現れたのは
はじめまして。よろしくお願いします。
水原千鶴はレンタル彼女なんて。
これが私の仕事。好きなんです。
ごめん。
カズくん、和也くん。
Things get way more complicated when Kazuya accidentally introduces Chizuru as his real girlfriend to his grandmother, who's in the hospital. Now, they have no choice but to keep pretending to be a couple in front of family and friends, even though their relationship is strictly contractual. Behind all the drama, jealousy, and hilarious moments, feelings start to grow, but of course, it's not that simple. Kenojo Okarimasu is full of fake love, misunderstandings, and emotional conflicts that will make you smile and root for them in every episode. Date Alive. Imagine a world that could be destroyed just because a beautiful girl appears from another dimension. Yup, that's the story in Date Alive. 30 years after a massive spatial quake devastated part of the Eurasian continent, this mysterious phenomenon keeps happening and threatens the entire world. But everything changes when an ordinary high school student named Shido Itsuka gets caught up in the chaos and meets a mysterious girl who turns out to be a powerful being called a spirit.
しいと思います。
死をもってあがなっていただきますわよ。
眠り姫が目覚めた。
私のラジエルが使えればな。
Instead of fighting the spirits like the military does, Shido is given a much more romantic mission. He has to make the spirits fall in love with him to seal their powers and save the world. With help from his little sister, who secretly leads a secret organization, Shido embarks on a journey full of dates, challenges, and plenty of hilarious and waifu-filled moments. Date Alive is a unique mix of action, sci-fi, comedy, and harem that will keep you hooked episode after episode. Nikcoy. If you're into rom-com anime with a dash of love triangles, or even squares, or pentagons, Nikcoy is definitely a must-watch. The story follows Raku Ichiju, an apparently ordinary high school boy who's actually the heir to a famous Yakuza family. Even so, all Raku wants is a peaceful life and to be close to the girl he's secretly liked since middle school, Kosaki Onodera. But, of course, Raku's life isn't that simple.
俺はこの日まで毎日が苦労の連続だった。
ヤクザの2代目って。
こいつらラブラブの恋人。
全力で恋人のふりをするしかない。小野寺がこんな近くに。
また聞けなかったな。ずっとお会いしたかったですわ。私はラク様。
Trouble starts when he's forced to pretend to be in a relationship with Kitoge Kirisaki, the daughter of a rival mafia boss. They're totally like oil and water, never able to get along. But to keep the peace between their families, they have to act lovey-dovey in front of everyone. That's when the drama, craziness, and complicated love story really take off. Plus, a bunch of other girls show up with mysterious connections to Raku's past. Get ready to smile, laugh, and maybe feel a little frustrated watching Nikcoy. High School DXD. If you love anime packed with action, comedy, and well, pretty wild fan service, you definitely can't miss High School DXD. This anime has it all, from epic battles between angels, devils, and other supernatural beings to hilarious moments, and sometimes nosebleeds, that keep you glued to the screen. The story follows Issei Hayadu, a high school student with no big ambitions except dreaming of having his own harem. But his life takes a wild turn when he's killed by a beautiful girl who turns out to be a fallen angel.
Would you die for me?
Couldn't you have? Her name's Rias Gremory. She's president of the occult research.
I also told you I'm your master.
My life as a normal human guy is over?
Luckily, or maybe not, Issei is resurrected by Rias Gremory, a top-class devil and a super charming senpai who instantly captures everyone's attention. That's where Issei's adventure begins as Rias' subordinate in the occult research club. Amid training, fierce battles, and growing bonds with the beautiful girls around him, Issei slowly transforms from an ordinary guy into a true warrior, even if his mind is still often full of naughty thoughts. High School DXD is thrilling, steamy, and keeps you hooked with its story every single episode. So, there you have it, 10 best harem anime of all time that you absolutely have to watch if you love stories packed with drama, comedy, and of course, exciting romance. From classics to modern hits, each anime has its own unique charm that will keep you hooked. I hope these recommendations add some great shows to your watch list or maybe even become your new favorites. If you have any other favorite harem anime that didn't make the list, don't hesitate to share them in the comments. I'd love to hear which ones you like best and why. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on more awesome anime recommendations. See you in the next video, and happy watching!